Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. She cheated, I'm figuring it out and it hurts. Advice. Hello everyone. I, 34 meters, found my wife, 33F, in our bed with another man. A little background. For the sake of my sanity I will refer to my wife as Ellie. My best friend's name is Omar. Not real names. Ellie and I met in college and hit it off right away. When we started dating I was not really assertive. You could accurately say that it was her showing interest and desire in me that made me really begin to value myself and work past a ton of insecurities I used to deal with. I was just a hard-working, nerdy smart dude, but had never had any real luck with women. To me it was almost incredible that someone as smart and beautiful as her would show as much interest in me as I showed in her. We both have always been driven, which led to us separately building small businesses of our own by the time we graduated college. We moved in together after graduation and a year later married. We had, what I considered, a very strong marriage. We had weathered family tragedies, professional challenges, small and large disagreements, and always managed to work through everything, and I felt it always made us stronger. Ellie has always had a huge social circle that included a fair number of men, but I never thought too much about it as she never did anything that raised flags, since all social outings seemed to always be as a large mixed group and I came to trust her closest friends. As our 10-year anniversary was coming up I decided to bring up the topic of starting a family. Early on in the relationship we had together decided to compromise on the size of our family. I wanted kids, she wanted none or at most one, so we agreed on having one. Now 10 years into our marriage, secure economically and thinking how healthy I thought our relationship was, I brought the topic up. I can't help but think me doing this may have started this whole chain of events. A little over 3 months ago she tells me she was going out with her friends to have some fun. She basically told me she needed to unwind as she was getting stressed about me asking about having kids again. That night she comes back at 4 a.m. Starting with that day our bedroom goes completely dead. In our relationship Ellie has always initiated as much as me, in fact on average I would say more often than me, and for rare periods when we were dealing with traveling I can't think of us ever going more than 5 days without some form of intimacy. She starts going out more, guarding her phone, avoiding me, all this stuff I had never seen from her before. After about 3 to 4 weeks of this I talk to Omar, my best friend, and he points me to Reddit and I start reading. Eventually I decide I need to do something about this as it's beginning to put me in a bad mood. I don't just want to trust her, I like to trusting my wife, I need to trust her. Well, needless to say I get my hands on her phone and check her calls and texts, feeling like a complete monster violating her privacy. Turns out that one of the people new to her social circle is an old high school flame from before we were together. The more I dug, the more I found. I think the fact I'd always trusted her completely made her complacent about hiding the affair better. I found out that during that party a month before, he had attended, and they spent all night catching up and ended up kissing, not even really hiding it from her whole group of friends, and then conveniently going to the bathroom at the same time. Up to this point all I had felt has been this giant pit of anxiety in my stomach, a part of me trying to hold on to the image of the woman I thought I had married, a kind of self-delusion. But the anger and sadness start getting overwhelming, made worse by the fact that she seems oblivious to my sudden indifference. She didn't notice I had stopped making romantic gestures. I felt like I was breaking inside. Finally a month ago I decided to catch them in the act and I told Ellie I am going to visit my cousin for the weekend. He lives 3 hours away, but instead I will stay with Omar, who has been helping me record and copy everything. I waited and sure enough, she brought him to our house, to our bed. I snuck in the house and made my way to our room and the sounds left no doubts. They were so into it they didn't notice me standing there at the door recording them with my phone. I literally felt something in me break, like something in my soul snapped so hard I could hear it. My veins went ice cold and something like a 10-ton anvil had been dropped on my chest. I couldn't breathe. I went numb. This next part I can only tell you what Omar says happened because I only remember parts of the next few minutes. According to Omar, who I had brought as a witness, apparently I walked up to them, pulled the guy off the bed and Omar pulled me off of him. I remember Omar holding me down on the ground. After that there was the normal hysterics of being caught. I went no contact for 5 weeks and began working with a lawyer preparing for the worst. Omar served as her contact point during that time since I simply didn't want to talk with her. Ellie contacted my family and told them that we are having problems. After the 5 weeks of North Carolina we met and talked. She was remorseful, told me it wasn't my fault, that it was all her doing, her responsibility and her decisions. We decided to go to marriage counseling and at least explore if there is anything salvageable. Sitting here I can't believe that even after that, I still love her. I am disgusted with myself that I have thought about her well-being, about her happiness. I especially hate that now I have to question our entire relationship. Was it just now that she got brazen about cheating, or has it happened before and I didn't bother looking far enough or was too stupidly trusting to see it at all? It's been now almost a month since deciding to try marriage counseling, and my questions to those who have already gone through this are the following. 1. Is it possible to reconcile without feeling that you lose some self-respect? 2. How long does the anger to sadness to numbness, rinse and repeat cycle last? I'm getting exhausted of the constant emotional roller coaster. 3. I find myself really loathing the whole idea of having to essentially be on the constant lookout. Is that a sign of me wanting out or just me being exhausted, cause I honestly can't tell? I'll take any advice, honestly. I love her, I've been head over heels for her since we met back in college. I want to work it out. Is it actually possible, and if it is, will it ever resemble what it used to be even remotely? TLDR wife cheated, trying to reconcile but have a lot of fears/questions. From what I have seen, experienced and read, bringing AP to your marital bed means there is no respect for the spouse whatsoever. There may still be a chance for reconciliation if there's some sacredness with marital bed and property, but it's obvious that it means nothing to her. She has no respect for you, so you need to give yourself some respect. Maybe all this time she's with you, she's always had this what if with her old flame. And she jumped on him when she had the chance. If you reconcile, you can never be sure if she won't monkey branch when she bumps into another old flame. Yeah, even though she has been saying and doing all that we've read and been told is needed to reconcile, finding him in our own bed feels like a particularly loud statement about what she really thinks and feels towards me. Loud statement indeed. And if you stay, what kind of statement does that send to her? She'll be thinking, wow, he caught me screwing another guy in our own bed and he's still here. I can do whatever I want. At a bare minimum you need to separate for a while. And you need to understand that she clearly does not want to have a child with you. Cheating aside, you need to ask yourself if that is an acceptable future for you. Yes. The lesson learned by the WW is that Op is a chump, a doormat, and she can do as she wishes. She will act contrite and remorseful for a brief period, months, and then restart her affair with her AP. This time she will be more careful to cover her tracks. Good luck, Op. Stop the marriage counseling. MC is to improve a marriage that needs improvement. She destroyed your marriage. MC will rug sweep the affair and find ways to make you feel like you were part of the problem. She is broken. She needs independent counseling. You may need it too. Look for a counselor with experience in infidelity trauma. Tucking AP in their own bed is a go scorched earth situation, absolutely no chance for recon type deal, emo. Definitely agree on trauma counseling, because holy shit. Sorry to hear what you are going through. No one here can confirm if the reconciliation will be successful. Some may share their experiences, but that's just them. Everyone is different, and what worked for a person may or may not work for others. Truth be told, I don't think it will work for you. The fact that she met the guy after 10 years and immediately started a physical relationship with him, will not leave your mind anytime soon. Her actions will raise an alarm in your mind. Where is she? Why isn't she answering the call? Why is she smiling while on her phone, etc. Her entire friend group knew and never bothered to inform you or stop you is a big red flag. Think, will you be okay if during or after reconciliation she goes out with them? Any contact with them or any topic about them will take you down to this incident's memory lane. If you stop her from any more social gatherings from these people, she will start resenting you after some time. You both are on different pages in life. She doesn't want children and you want them. Even if she now agrees to have children, it will be to reconcile and not because she wants. She doesn't seem completely remorseful as she is hiding her affair from the family, saying that you are having problems. In order to fix this, she needs to own up to her actions. Both of your family deserves to know the real reason for what is happening. If she keeps on hiding it, she'll paint you as whatever she wants in front of others. If the other guy is married or have a girlfriend, she needs to contact that person and tell the truth as well. If not, then she is either not remorseful about it completely or she wants to continue the affair more discreetly. Do you know about where she was and with whom in the last 5 weeks of your no contact? Was the AP completely cut off? Was he the only one? Did she contact you in the last 5 weeks to apologize? Final decision is yours, but in order to reconcile you need to bury all this in the past. Can you do that? Whatever your decision is, good luck. She stayed at our home. I've been at my best friend's house. He has been such a support and blessing. I don't know how I'll ever repay him. She tried contacting me and apologizing during the North Carolina, but my best friend ran interference for me acting as her only point of contact. She tried tracking me down at my business one night, but I managed to hold it together and got in my car and left before she could get close enough to stop me. Since our second MC session she has been, as far as I can tell, an open book, but then again, how the hell am I supposed to know? The points you make are exactly the things that are running through my head all the time. I'm particularly pissed off that she had the gonads to do this in front of her friends, and her friends did not have any respect for me to try to stop her or tell me. I've already had a couple of less than pleasant conversations with the few that reached out. I've been contemplating sharing the detail about the club with the husbands of her 2 best friends as a warning. The AP is single as far as I know. First, I want to say how sorry I am that you are going through this. Unfortunately, this may be a tough one to deal with. There are lots of dynamics at play here. She cheated on you almost instantly with this guy. That's pretty bad. Is she in individual counseling to figure out why she did this? Marriage counseling is for the marriage, but she needs to figure out why she did what she did. Her friends knew what was going on. Is she willing to drop the friends forever? Birds of a feather flock together. I would tell the husbands of her friends that knew what was going on and didn't care. The husbands need to watch their backs. If she won't drop her friends, then she values them more than your relationship. Let her decide if she will drop them. If not, you walk. She will complain you are being manipulative. Don't buy into it. She has a choice between you, a loving loyal partner, or friends who have no problem watching her disrespect you and your marriage. Those people will forever be in your lives. Has she shown true remorse? Actually accepted full responsibility for her actions? The child thing is going to be a major problem. You want them and she doesn't, but she agreed to one. When you started talking about it, she lashed out by cheating. She may have agreed to one, but I bet deep down she doesn't want any. Perhaps she subconsciously wanted to destroy the marriage to avoid having kids. She may be truly sorry for what she did, but I have a feeling the child thing will be at the heart of the matter. Honestly, this type of thing ends relationships. Either partners can't agree or there is underlying resentment for the remainder of the relationship. Perhaps you need to really think about this one a lot. Do you want a partner that doesn't line up with you here? Your wife seems to be the leader of the relationship where you should be the leader. What do you know about the AP? Is he a take-charge kind of guy? Women tend to not want to be in charge of a relationship. They will take care of it, nurture it and help grow it, but most times they don't want to be in charge of it. I'm not blaming you for her cheating, but maybe she wants to be led and this guy pushed the button and she just weakly and pathetically gave in. Women will tell you they want to be led, just not point blank usually. They will do it subtly and you may not even pick up on it. I know you are living with your friend, but if you ever move back in with your wife, burn the bed. I'm not joking either. Bringing him back to your home was a total slap in the face and she slept with him in your bed. Yes, you kicked his ass, which good for you. You probably made him look like a very weak man in your wife's eyes after that. You took charge, so to speak. Point 6 again. Drag the mattress outside and torch it. She defiled your bed and you will not sleep in something so disgusting. If you divorce her and she offers the bed, tell her she defiled it and can keep it, because you will just burn it anyway and start new. She needs to tell her family and yours what she did. That is a sign of remorse and sorrow. No hiding it anymore. If she won't do it, you tell them and at least they will know why you are divorcing for real. Not because you are having some problems or whatever she said to rug sweep it. Point 4. I know you love her, but who do you really love? Your perceived idea of who she is or her she has shown you she truly is? You need to be really ready to just walk away and never talk to her again. The marriage you had is dead. You will be starting a brand new one if you stay. Make sure it's one you want. Yeah, 100% with you, especially on number 9. I think I posted to confirm what my head has been telling me now for a week. The woman I thought I married doesn't exist and I won't find her in the woman that dared to sleep with someone else in our own bed. She isn't hidden somewhere in the, she doesn't exist, and no amount of counseling is gonna change that. It's going to be a hard decision and a painful road for a bit. It will get better though. You just have to do what you want to do with your life. Hobbies, friends, activities, travel, working out are all your outlets you need to explore to help get you through this. Good luck, sir. Please keep us updated as to how you are doing and how this progresses. We will be here to help you through it. Dude, she doesn't want kids, never ever should you have married her. So live with the fact of no kids. If you have kids, she will resent you and that poor child will have a parent who never wanted them. You never deserved the pain you're in now because of her. Instead of talking to you and being honest, 1, when you were talking about kids years ago, and 2, when you brought it up after 10 years. She went and fed someone else. What does she do in time of stress for someone else? She sought out someone to cheat on you after 10 years. Because she couldn't be honest with you? Instead of being honest with you, she tossed you and your marriage away as if it was nothing. She betrayed you so easily as if 10 years meant nothing. Her friends hid it from you, no one gave you a heads up. She could have been cheating for years and she just got sloppy now. Nested, she had the balls to cheat in your bed. Your bed. That's a whole other level cheater. She lied to your parents and hid the reason why you're having problems because she went and cheated on you for months. No one told you. All her friends knew and not one gave you a heads up. You have low self-esteem. I believe you're holding on to her because you think you can do better. You're wrong. You can go out, find someone who wants kids, and you won't have to worry when the next time she will cheat or if she actually ever stopped. She could just be hiding it better. Find someone who will love both you and your children. They are out there. You will be happier, you will have your self-respect, you will have the children you want. No, not this, not with this kind of person. You will always wonder if you can trust it hadn't happened in the past. You will wonder if, when, it will happen again. Every time you have a disagreement, wonder who she is effing again. It will always be in the back of your mind. Do you want to be with someone who could treat you and your marriage as if it was nothing? Do you want to live with a woman who lied to you for 10 years about having kids? Do you want someone who cheated with such ease even in your bed? Do you want to be with someone who will resent you and the child if she had one? And then cheat again because of that resentment? You deserve better than being with someone like that. You deserve not to worry when she cheats again. You deserve someone who will respect, be faithful, honest with you. You need someone who wants the same things as you. Gisntit. Man, this right here is exactly all that my head is telling me. My heart is hurting so bad, but my head is telling me exactly all this. I feel like an idiot too because the whole no kids thing was something I got advice from my dad years ago and ignored him cause I thought me and her had found a compromise. I remember my old man telling me to really think it over. He said, her not wanting kids isn't just about a preference but what it means and how she views marriage and family versus how I view marriage and family. My old man freaking warned me and dumbass me ignored him. One of the few times I haven't. It went like all other times I've ignored his advice and it exploded. During the 5 weeks of North Carolina, did she try to talk to you? Did she short contact her AP? When did you see her after 5 weeks? How was she? Physically and mentally, did she show regret for messing with AP or for you to find out? Has she told you something if you cook the divorce? If I'm honest, you can heal but the relationship will never be the same again. You will no longer trust her 100% as you did before and you will always have that feeling of mistrust. I hope you keep updating and good luck. My best friend acted as a point of contact during North Carolina. She tried to reach, even going as far as showing up to my business one night because she figured out I was doing most of my business paperwork outside regular hours precisely to avoid her showing up and causing a scene in front of my employees. She has shown plenty of remorse and regret and cut off all contact with AP and been very willing to do whatever I ask, but it's freaking exhausting to have to double check everything she says or does. I'll be honest, the counseling has helped me see more and more clearly that what's really gonna be tough for me is the disrespect of it all. She knew how big loyalty is for me and still did this crap. Have you thought about divorce? When do you mention it? How is she? When you first saw her after the North Carolina of her, did she look good or did she look bad and sloppy? Loyalty is difficult to recover and that feeling that I tell you will always be there. It may even be difficult for you to initiate intimacy. If you are only focused on reconciliation, the process will be long and you both have to express what you feel and not sweep the subject. This is very important, and talk about why it happened and what you are going to do, how you feel and her. Make it clear that she is the one who has to work to rebuild your confidence and she is the one who has to put 100%. Thanks for answering. Yeah, all the divorce paperwork is ready, just holding it until reconciliation is clearly no longer possible. When I've mentioned it, she just cries. We both looked like crap at our first meeting after North Carolina. We both lost significant weight. Thanks for the advice and insight. Go ahead and file. She invited a man into your bedroom and ducked him in the marital bed. How much more disrespect do you want? Yes, and don't tell her when she will be served. You deserve this last bit of control. Reconciliation idea: ask her if you could be the side dude and the AP takes care of all her needs. Divorce and become the side dude. Side dudes get all the fun. Not gonna lie, actually made me laugh. Are you gonna tell her when she is gonna be served the papers? I'm thinking she should be as surprised about the divorce papers as I was when I walked into my own room. I don't have the energy for being considerate and cordial. Considerate and cordial is what got me here in the first place. Remember to update, we are rooting for you. You deserve this last measure of control going forward. Son After Infidelity is a subreddit that supports reconciliation. Did she tell her family what she did to you? The reason I posted here instead of a son after infidelity is because I wanted to see if what my head has been saying for 1 to 2 weeks is the way to go. Everyone has been saying exactly what I've had in my head, but the heart is stubborn, and I didn't want to waste the time of the son after infidelity community if the replies to this post confirmed what I've been thinking, and they have. I'll post an update Monday night or Tuesday, as reading all this has pretty much hardened my resolve to do what my head has been telling me to do. So I'm informing both our families with all the details, telling her best friend's husband and having my lawyer file while we sit in what I plan to be our final MC session Monday. If all the replies hadn't echoed what my head has been telling me, I probably wouldn't have reached this decision for months. I need to tell my heart to shut up for a while cause he is obviously a dumbass. The counselors usually try to put the blame on the BS. Do not accept any blame. There is no justification for cheating. Period. So do not accept any blames. This is very important. Are you gonna tell her when she is gonna be served the papers? I'm thinking she should be as surprised about the divorce papers as I was when I walked into my own room. I don't have the energy for being considerate and cordial. Considerate and cordial is what got me here in the first place. Remember to update, we are rooting for you. You deserve this last measure of control going forward. Attaboy. She cheated, I'm figuring it out and it hurts. Update. Story. Hello everyone, I posted Friday and I am glad I did, as the kind people of this subreddit were brutally honest and helped confirm for me many of the things I had been thinking and the direction I should go. This may get long, so please excuse my ramblings. For those interested in the original story, here is the link. She cheated, I'm figuring it out and it hurts. Infidelity, reddit.com TLDR found wife in bed with another man and went North Carolina for 5 weeks, then MC for 3 weeks, posted to see what to do next. After reading everyone's replies and the messages, I took the weekend to let it all sink in and hardened my resolve. I came to the conclusion that I was never going to be able to live with myself if I stayed with her. Staying and working on it would mean having to sacrifice a significant portion of my self-respect. I also realized that I want no part of a relationship that would require me to be in a state of constant vigilance for signs of betrayal. So I decided to push the proverbial red button and nuke it all. Here is how it all went down. Monday, I woke up early to an unexpected surprise. When I opened my eyes, my Johnson was greeting me at full attention. Guys, I can't stress how surprising that was to me, considering that since finding out about Ellie's affair I had not had morning wood. It was like my body was saying, hell yeah, we are gonna get this done today and be done, ready for something new. I actually laughed so hard at seeing it that Omar and his wife came to check in on me, thinking I was having some sort of mental breakdown. I got up, got ready and called Ellie's dad and told him we needed to talk. I met up with him about an hour before our MC. The whole drive there I was surprised at how calm I was about it. I could still feel an ocean of emotions somewhere deep down, but on the surface I was not feeling anything. We met up at a little mom and pop breakfast place near his house and we sat down. Ellie's dad is a good man, light-hearted and funny, but more importantly he is level-headed. I thanked him for how he and his wife had treated me all these years and told him I was sorry to have this talk with him. He listened patiently, but as I started telling him why I was going to be divorcing his daughter, he lowered his head. I could tell he was ashamed and angry, not at me, but at Ellie. He told me he understood, and I asked him to not tell Ellie as I was going to be telling her within the hour. He agreed, we shook hands, and then he told me to take care. I hated having to shatter his image of her. I debated with myself if I should have asked him to care for her, but I shouted down that instinct because he is her dad. Of course he will care for her, but also it is no longer my business to care for her, she is a big girl. Next I went to our scheduled MC session. I had been rehearsing all day Sunday what I would say to her and how I would say it. I wanted to essentially emotion-proof my actions and words for the next few hours. I sat there in the parking lot for 10 minutes and just prayed. I hadn't felt like I wanted to walk it since all this started. When we sat down for MC, Ellie was wearing one of the dresses I loved her in, and for a split second I forgot everything, but then the visceral disgust and anger I felt pushed the attraction completely out. I let the counselor get things going like our previous sessions, and after about 10 minutes of her and Ellie talking I interrupted. This is how it went. Excuse me, I have a few things I need to say and to Ellie, and that I wanted to be able to say here, with a neutral third party. If at any point I am interrupted I will simply leave, and that's that. Ellie, I have come to realize I do not need to know if this was the only time you cheated. It doesn't matter. I do not need to know how long it went on for. It doesn't matter. I do not need to know how many times you cheated. It doesn't matter. I do not need to know why. Even if there was a good reason, a perfect reason would not matter. The only thing that matters is that you did. I know now the only facts that matter. You were never going to have children with me. At this, Ellie opens her mouth to interject and I started walking to the door, so she immediately backed off. You were going to string me along for however long it would take. You were going to cheat on me sooner or later. This is when the waterworks started to open up for her. You do not respect me or love me. The counselor begins to look like she is about to interject and I respond by taking another step towards the door, which ends that, my lawyer is filing for divorce as we sit here, and as of about an hour ago your father knows the entire truth of what has been going on. Do not contact me. From here on out the only person we will communicate through are lawyers. These are the last words we will ever exchange. Goodbye. I walked the last few steps to the door and walked out. As soon as I closed the door I heard a wail the likes of which would haunt people's dreams. She scrambled out of the office pursuing me and tried to stop me, telling me how sorry she is and how we can start a family and to give her a second chance, as she cried hysterically throughout. I pushed past her and got in my car and left. At this point the ocean of emotions that had been quietly hiding underneath it all started roiling and I was barely holding it in. I drove to my parents' house and sent the text message I had planned to Ellie's best friend's husbands. When I got home my old man was at the store, but Mom could tell I wasn't well. She has always been able to read me like a book. I told her I needed to tell her and Dad something important and we sat down and waited. At this point I have to thank responsible_mode_114 for messaging me. We chatted and he totally calmed me down. About 30 minutes later Dad arrived. I poured it all out. The more I talked the more I felt that ocean of emotions emptying and all that pain pouring out of me. When I finished talking to my dad he just held me as I cried into his shirt for a solid 20 minutes. When it all ended I felt spent and oddly at peace. I have arranged for Omar to receive a Harley he has been eyeing for a while. He has been more than a friend to me and I am going to try my best to be as good a friend to him as he has been to me. I can't wait to see his face. I think this is the last time I will post, as it should be the end of this story. I just want to thank you all. Would have never thought that I would find sound and sane advice from strangers on the internet. I know that it will be a long road ahead, that I will still need IC to deal with the aftershocks of this debacle and rebuild my ability to trust. I have to hope that little by little all this pain and sadness and anger will go away, like a rotor-rooter for my soul if I do the work. Now begins the rest of my life and I can honestly say I am looking forward to it. How you handled this is excellent and should serve as an example for all betrayed partners. Thank you. Dude, you handled this like a boss. I wish you healing and the best in your future. I cannot imagine even conceiving of doing such a thing to my beloved. You're spot on, she never loved you. That poor therapist. What a tragic display full of shit she had to deal with as you walked into your new, better life. #winning. NGL. I felt a bit bad for the therapist afterward. But at the moment I just thought of her as a convenient witness should any nonsense ensue. I have read both of your posts. I do not understand the text to Ellie's best friend's husband. I looked back through and did not see anything on him. Please explain why you sent him a text. What part did he play in this? Thank you. Also, you're the man. Some of these posts trigger the hell out of you. But when a man or woman stands up for themselves as I did, it just gives off a warm and cozy feeling. Trust me, 2 years from now, it will just be a bad memory. A small memory of that. Loser cheater gainer life. Her best friends were present when she cheated. They did not try to stop it and they kept her secret. So I decided to reveal their shitty behavior to their husbands as a heads up that if they could do this to me, they would surely cover up for each other. Well done, my friend. Well done. Good luck to you. 10-4 up, got it. Once again, you the man. You covered all bases. LOL. Did the husbands get back to you about the wives' shitty behavior? One did want more details, the other just said thanks. Sorry this happened to you, but good on you for warning the others. Hell yeah man. Good on you. Did your wife ever mention why she cheated? How long was this going on? Then again, separating from her is the best decision. My guess is that she did it because of a few reasons, but main one being is this is a guy she used to like sex with and hit it off at the party again. She wanted to hurt up because they were fighting about not having kids, basically a spiteful bee. She didn't think he would leave her if he did find out, and she thought she could get away with it. That's what they were figuring out in therapy, and at this point in time, does it matter? I didn't know what the reason was, that's why I was asking. But if she wanted to hurt up just because of his need for kids, I had to say she has redefined the word evil in the dictionary. I figured that, which is why I gave the guess, but they already divorcing, and I would agree. I think ultimately I would want to know why to possibly improve myself, but if someone cheats on me, there is the door period. Lessons have been learned, but reading his stories, that would be my educated guess. She might not be spiteful, but a lot of these stories, that's typically a reason for those cheaters. Also, I want to point out it sounds like she went to parties all the time by herself, so it was bound to happen eventually. Typically only go to parties and gatherings for a few reasons, and one of the top, which is why it's a major red flag, is finding someone to have sex with. Thank you so much for the update. You handled that handsomely. I'm happy you made the decisions you did. You will be okay. Good, hope I was one of the PPA who were helpful. Wishing you all the best. You have clearly demonstrated that you have an understanding of what you can and cannot tolerate. You have acted in parallel with your articulated philosophical beliefs. You are the epitome of a mature person with a sound psyche. I wish more people would hold cheaters accountable for their actions. It is only by doing so that their behavior will change. Well done you. I know it's gonna suck like MF for a while, but you will eventually look at this phase and feel proud. As you should. Take care bro. There's a good reason for you to post again. As you move forward, your story will be helpful for others to understand how recovery and moving forward look when you avoid the pick-me dance, when you value yourself, when you put yourself forward. Yes. I totally agree with this post. BC getting cheated on totally broke me and I'm still not over it, and it's been about 3 years. The relationship was on and off for 7 years and we had gone to elementary and middle school together, and I trusted her and never did I think that she would cheat on me. I admit that I'm so depressed, but it's gotten better with time. But I still feel a void inside me, letting it be known that I am affected by this, as much as I want to lie and say duck that be. But she hurt me. So bad, so deep. Reading your post on all the comments gives me hope. Yes, I did leave her, even though I truly loved her. The thought of her cheating behind my back gave me a bad taste in my mouth and totally disgusted me that I couldn't have sex her or act nice. She duckin' sucks, even though I know that she has self-esteem issues, cannot trust. She got cheated on supposedly, but now I'd BC it turns out that she's a habitual liar. And I never saw it. But I realized it when I got her phone and looked at her MSGs. She is a big liar and she's ducked up in her head, heart and the way she views herself. And her family doesn't accept her as a lesbian, and she says nothing. I can't live like that where my partner's family won't acknowledge me, but she has no issue it. Ludicrous. That was the reason I better up with her the first time. But anyway, thank you for posting and you kicked ass. But what's your plan now? Well done. It's not easy to do. I knew on D-Day I couldn't go back. It still wasn't easy. But this is the beginning of your life. Should you meet someone else, you know what are red flags now. Seems there is a large percentage of women who cheat nowadays. Don't let that make you too jaded. If you get cheated in a future relationship, it doesn't hurt near as much. I don't see myself getting into a relationship anytime soon. I think it will be hard to find a woman that I could trust for a while, much less trust enough to start a family with. You will learn to trust again. But you also have learned now to verify. I don't think you ever really trust. I expect them to do the worst, so if they don't, that's just a bonus. Best wishes to you. You did the best for yourself and good luck in the whole process. I do not know if it should be the last publication since you can still upload the entire process since this is to support you and provide the necessary support. Divorce is not an easy and beautiful process. It will hurt a lot, but it is necessary for you to improve. Good luck, and I hope you get through all of this. After you told her all this and left, did she try to contact you? Yeah, she called about 20 times and sent a gazillion texts, but I ignored them all. Eventually just blocked her. All the messages were for you to forgive her, or in a message did I blame you or something like that? Did not read any of them, just deleted and blocked. No message was gonna make any difference for the better, and anything she would have said, no matter how sincere, I wouldn't believe anyways. You are my hero. You're an ace. Keep the distance. Cheaters' drama never end. After all of this, her sick mind will tell her it's your fault. Build life. Get on with it. Please tell us how you're doing in the coming months. You are a strong person who has made a decisive choice. Your painful experience will forge your character for the better. We, Reddit lurkers, applaud your refusal to eat the crap sandwich. Bravo. My dude, you handled yourself like a boss, and with class and self-control, in not only confronting her at MC but taking the initiative in holding her accountable not only to her cheating, but that she no longer would hostage your heart and soul. And in the very place where many in your position as a man the narrative would spin in her favor, you took control not only from your ex but the therapist as well. This was your true therapy. You took the steps in reclaiming your life back. I couldn't be more proud, my man. I know it hurts right now because taking down that wall when crumbling is draining, but you will survive this. You will rebuild to be something new. Stronger. More powerful. And I guarantee you, this is the moment where your life begins again. Congrats to you, man. It might not feel like a victory, but you have just laid the gauntlet down for a better world in yourself. Brick by brick. You will find happiness again. Much good luck to you. Friend, you're a ducking god, really an example for many betrayed people. I hope your life improves from now on and you find a person who values you and gives you a lot of love. I recommend doing physical activities. You will remove all the stress and anxiety that you are surely carrying on top of you, adding that your self-esteem will also improve a lot. Much love and peace for you, brother. Less than 3. Sorry for my English, I'm not native. Yeah, already ramped up the gym time and have taken up hiking a ton. I thank you for the compliment and encouragement. I feel like I've aged 20 years in these 3 months. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are,